Hi there, this is Adam Shaw, the Heart Guy, and today I'm here with Rob Goddard. Now, I meet lots of people in the business world, and this is the first person in several years I've met that I think I need to interview you. Rob's got a very unique slant on business, and his personal story is very, very powerful. So, Rob, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.
And for those that don't know, you just give us a brief overview of who you are and what you do.
Okay. I started my life in banking, but my sins have been forgiven for that. 20 years in banking. I spent a year in California with my young family at the time, working for a food ministry.
Yeah.
Came back to the UK, worked for another business for 4 years, and then I got headhunted into mergers and acquisitions as general manager to run that business. What turned out to be 7 years.
Yeah.
So it was an apprenticeship in the world of buying and selling of businesses. And that all came to a crashing halt in 2008.
Yeah.
I lost my job, lost my kids, lost my wife, and lost my income and my self-confidence. So I went through, in 2008, I went through several years of depression.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what happened in 2008. How did that all come about?
I did some things that I wasn't very proud of looking back, and it's entirely my fault, it's no one else's responsibility but mine. And if I could reverse back time, I would have done things differently, but I didn't, and I made some really bad choices in life. Ended up without my kids, without my income, and without hope. Actually, that was the biggest thing. Dealing with depression, and you can get prescription drugs from the GP. And I was
at the corner of the street.
No, they were definitely prescribed, but I had them for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And in fact, I started self-medicating with alcohol and keeping a lot of the prescription drugs back. I ended up with something like 700-800 tablets, sleeping tablets, various antidepressant pills. I kept them in a bag because that bag was my exit out of this life.
Right.
I couldn't control what was happening to me. I remember those feelings of not being able to control what was happening in life. I'd lost everything, but I could control whether I lived on this planet or not. That was the one thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm still here, so I didn't access that bag. But I found myself in 2010 in Dubai on a commission-only job, and that was the worst thing I could do, was go out to the Middle East where I knew no one, no salary, and I'd take myself away from my friend and family networks. So I was really alone.
Yeah.
I spent about 6 months in Dubai, gradually getting worse, and in fact during that period of time I thought, that's it, I'm going to end it. Not with the tablets I've been storing, but I thought I'd throw myself off of the Burj Khalifa. Because I was still going through depression, I had no hope. I had little positive things happen on that journey since 2008, but nothing that was sustainable. And I thought, what am I doing? I'm a middle-aged man, and I keep going back to square one. You know, like snakes and ladders, you keep going back to square one. And I thought, I'm too old for this. And so I went to the Burj Khalifa, went to the top. It's 155 floors, tallest building in the world, set in Dubai, about half a mile up in the sky.
Wow.
And I went looking for a way out, because in the panoramic lounge, it's floor to ceiling. They'd obviously thought in the design of the building that it'd be a good thing not to have easy access to jump off the top of the building. But I found a fire exit. I thought, well, they must have access to the outside to clean the windows. There's a lot of glass in the Burj Khalifa, as there is most skyscrapers. There was an fire exit. I went to it and it was locked.
So, I've got severe health and safety issues in the Burj Khalifa, which actually led for you to be here with us now. Yeah.
Health and safety saved my life because of a fire exit door that was locked.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah.
So, how long were you feeling suicidal before you actually made that decision to jump?
Probably about 3 years.
So, you 3 years contemplating this, and did you ever ask for help? Did you ever tell anybody about it?
No.
I think this is very common. I mean, especially with guys. You know, I think our guys are suicide rate. So It's an incredible story, Rob. That you were there, you were ready to end it all, and a locked fire exit.
Yes,
what good a fire exit is on the tallest building in the world is another question that we can talk about.
Yeah, I need to think it through my character. Obviously, someone felt safety first.
yeah. I'd rather jump than get burned. So,
yes.
Yeah, well, that's another question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible. And the reason that I really wanted to explore this with you is you obviously hit that low. What changed? When you saw that door locked and you had to go back to your mate, what changed?
I thought I couldn't even exit stage left in my life. I was very upset. I remember going back to my apartment, really upset, and there wasn't anything I could do. But I contacted via Skype a friend of mine, Alex. I didn't give him the whole story, and I didn't tell him that I just tried to throw myself off of a building because I didn't want to alarm him. When you're going through depression, you don't want to be a burden on other people. And yet, those same people want you to open up and share and see it, and they would want to try and help if they can.
I'm probably furious that you hadn't contacted them.
Yes, I subsequently found that my friend Alex, when he found out down the line. But he came over, I flew him over to Dubai from the UK, and we spent 4 days together. He's a business coach by profession. But he just said to me, I remember in those 4 days, what do you want to do? This was poolside at the apartment. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? And it was real sort of basic stuff. I knew what he was doing from a coaching perspective, but he was doing it as a friend, and it mattered, and it cared. So it was talking to someone that I trusted, and that would ask me the questions rather than tell me. And one of the things that came out of that 4 days was the business that I now run, Evolution, and that's been going now 7 years. But I wanted to go back to buying and selling of businesses. I wanted to come back to the UK because my family and friends are there. So I left Dubai and started a business from a bedroom and a broadband connection initially. Because I didn't have a lot of startup capital, but I did it for 2 years whilst dealing with depression. And I can remember crying before I went to a sales pitch, just to get the negative emotion out before it was FaceTime and mask time and presenting. And you know what? People started paying me money to do things for them, which helped the self-esteem thing. So 2 years on my own, and then I got outside investment, 14 investors, and we've grown the business since then. But depression was probably 4 or 5 years in total. Because I couldn't talk. That was the problem. And when I did talk and open up to just one person, and everyone needs an Alex in their life, I think, whoever that person is, you only need one person. You don't need the masses. You don't need Facebook, social media to share all your negative issues and concerns. Just one person. And if you're an individual that knows someone who's going through depression, just be a friend to them. Don't switch off. So you can be that friend to someone that's going through a really tough time.
For sure. I think everybody needs somebody that cares. I think that's a really critical thing. And not only that, you don't know who that person is until it actually happens.
You don't know. And also you find out who your real friends are. Because the people who are really acquaintances disappear. They don't want the hassle of dealing with someone that's having problems in their life.
It's not sweetness and light, so lots of good lessons there, Bob. So tell us, how are things now? How long ago was that? That was 2008, so here we are. 9 years later, and how have things changed for you?
I'm more self-assured as an individual. I still feel bruised, and I think there's always a weak point there in me that I have to be mindful and watchful of, which is not to feel too low when things aren't going the way that I want them to be. Not to get that too excited when things are going really well, but not get too despondent when things aren't going the right way. I did get some help, professional help on confidence coaching from someone, and that was a few months of intensive one-to-one. That really helped me with preparing myself for a big pitch or a seminar, Because I used to, 30 seconds before I was on, particularly at an event, I'd go through a cold sweat and nerves and my voice would start to tremble a little bit. So I did get some professional help there. But now I've got a team of 15 people. We've got a company that's worth 1.5 million. Last year it was valued. And it's still growing. And we've opened up an office in Dubai, would you believe? It's all about facing your demons.
Is it one of the high floors? No, it's only on my floors. Doesn't really count, does it?
But I've been back to Dubai a few times in the last 6 months to build a business.
Yeah.
And I have a different air and a different air about me and a different confidence. I'm going there not as a beaten man, which is what I was in 2010. I'm going there as someone that wants to do business in Dubai. So I could have picked all sorts of other countries to expand the business, but Dubai was top on the list because I wanted to kill the demon.
Fantastic. What a great story. And what would you say, Rob, to anybody out there that's running their own business, that's maybe gone through a low patch, that's maybe had a divorce, lost their kids, lost access, lost hope?
Right.
What would you say to them?
There is always hope, even though you've got this big black cloud that seems to envelop you and have a life of its own. There is hope, and certainly what I said a moment ago, tune into at least one person. Really, someone you trust, and you trust them in terms of confidentiality, but more than that, you trust their view and what they might say, and they won't tell you what you want to hear, but they're there as a listening. So definitely open up. Businesses, as long as you're doing the right things, and if you don't know what the right things are, ask for help. I think there's a theme there, especially with blokes, because we tend not to communicate.
Ask for help, ask for help, and ask for help.
Because there are a load of people out there, masses of people that want to help. I get phone calls daily from people that will never become Evolution clients. Yeah. But I still give them 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the phone, just to give them a bit of a steer. So now I'm a bit different to what I was before I went through the depression. I have a softer part to me. I can project and I can seem very strident and outward going and extrovert when I need to. But I also have an underbelly. I have a softness about me when I'm dealing with people, which I find people generally warm to. It's like there's a law of attraction there. I don't know whether that's the right thing, but definitely as you open up and make yourself vulnerable, people warm to you. It's not the other way around. They don't think you're weak. They actually think you're normal, natural, and it's refreshing, particularly in business. Yeah.
That's brilliant advice. Now, you've written a book on this as well, Rob.
I have.
This is the time when you get to gratuitously plug that, because I do believe, and not only that, but the NHS are buying copies of this. So even the NHS have acknowledged that there's something in this that can help people. So, would you like to tell everybody a little bit about the book that you've written?
So it's called Suicide to Success. It's a journey. It's a little brown book with some pebbles on the beach on the front cover. It's available on Amazon. It's not for profit for me. I wrote the book. It's my journey through depression and coming out the other side. All royalties go to mental health charities in this country. And do have a look for it on Amazon. And not only the NHS have purchased books, but also the Prince's Trust want to do some work with me and for me to give the book out to youngsters that are going through depression. So thank you for that plug. Much appreciated.
For sure, and you can find the link to Rob's book at the bottom of this video. So thanks very much, Rob. Really appreciate your time today.
Pleasure.
And I'm sure that will help plenty of people out there.